Hey y'all, just a quick video. I picked up this uh, Paris Corner RUA. It's all capitals, so I don't know if it's supposed to be Rua or just RUA. Anyway, I picked it up at Burlington for $25. And while I was in Burlington, I stood there and Googled it, and I was like, oh, this is another take on Delina, and it has some, hype about it. So let me grab it. And as you can see, I love white and gold. So the box to me is really pretty. I mean, it's not sturdy or anything, but it's pretty. And you open it up. I've already taken the bottle out. It's kind of hard to get out, but you have to pull it out of there like that. And this does say extrait de parfum, which this is strong. It's quite powerful. So at least there's that, because I am really tired of stuff that, whether it smells good or not, it's just annoying when it doesn't last at all. So the bottle is pretty. So you've got the white and gold effect, and the bottom part is, you can see the juice, so that's good. It's obviously going for that PDM effect, with the little tassel and everything. So I think it's a pretty bottle. Yes, the top is plastic, but it's still pretty. It's got that floral pattern on top. Now when I first, and this has a nice atomizer on it. Ooh, it's a windy day and my straw is flying out of my coffee. I try to cool down my coffee and drink it with a straw because I don't want it to continue to stain my teeth. So, and it's like I'll whiten them, then I drink like coffee and stuff. But anyhow, so yeah, this RUA, when I first got in the car, of course I immediately tear it open and spray it. And even on the top there, I don't know if you can see, but it says Paris Corner written there. I like the little bottle, whether the top is plastic or not. I think it's really pretty. But I got right in the car and I sprayed it, and it was like, it filled the whole car. Again, nice atomizer. And I thought, oh wow, finally, I got my $25 worth, because honestly, y'all, I have so much stuff I've bought that I haven't even reviewed, but these $16, $25, $30 fragrances add up, and I've got massive, like 2 closets filled with them. And I'm thinking, gosh, I could just, if I had my money for even little portions of these, I could buy some of the more expensive fragrances I want. Like, it just came out yesterday, I think. I want the Serjoff Duran Duran fragrance Neo Rio. It's $3.15 for 50 ml. And they also have one called Black Moonlight, which I think that one might be more masculine. But anyhow, back to this. So I get in the car, and I was like, yeah, $25 well spent. And it definitely smelled like Delina. So I've never smelled Delina exclusive, but I hear it's more powdery. This does start to have like a powdery creamy effect. Not hard powder, just a little bit. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I had to pause to talk. So I get in the car, yeah. So it has like that, a nice little hint of something creamy, right? And Burlington is right next to my gym, so I sprayed it. I was like, and I didn't even spray it on myself, y'all. I sprayed like this little travel neck pillow thing in my car. And it, like I said, it filled up the whole car. It smelled really Delina-ish, very much so. And I went in the gym, and I could still, just from it touching my fingers, I could still smell it all over myself. So I can say that for it. It is powerful. And then, I worked out a little bit, spent some time in there, went in the tanning bed or whatever, got a little massage. So a good amount of time, came back out to my car, and it was still really powerful. But then I was thinking, oh, I had read a review where some lady said, she said, I'm not very experienced. This is what she wrote. She said, but I detect oud. Or what I think is oud. She said, but maybe it's my inexperienced nose. And other people weren't saying that. Well, let me tell you, when I got in my car, I was like definitely smelling oud. It was smelling very Middle Eastern. So I'm just warning you guys. And it wasn't too much so at that moment, but I thought, what does this remind me of? It reminds me of something I already have, right? And it finally occurred to me, it reminded me of the Latafa Ram's Gold, which sometimes I love and sometimes I don't want to wear it, but I do like this. You just have to be careful how and when you wear it. And this is sat now since the last summer, and it smells really nice. Now this is fruitier, but it definitely has the oud type smell with it. Not too bad, not, you know, not like, and I say bad because some oud just is not appealing, certainly not to the masses. It's not appealing to the masses, you know. But this isn't, you know, this is wearable. So I was like, yeah, it smells like this, but this obviously has more rose in it. This is more fruity, although they both have fruit and rose, right? So I'm still enjoying it, I have to go by another store, right? And I get back in the car, and by the way, before I sound too harsh, it eventually does tame down, because today I went back in my car to get this out of the car, because I left it in the car. And it has tamed down. But after I went to another store and came back out, it was very oud, to the point where I thought, dang, I'm not going to wear this. I'm starting to get irritated with a lot of the Middle Eastern fragrances, because even though I like some oud, a great portion of at least the American population isn't that like crazy about it, you know, unless it's very mild. Like, a lot of people just straight up think it stinks. Like, I've had some Middle Eastern fragrances on which I thought were wearable, and I enjoyed facets of them. But I see that other people would actually like, you know, like switch their face up, and I'm like, oh, it's that oud type note, you know. But anyway, so I got back in the car after other stores, and it was almost going in the realms of this. If you know, you know. But if you don't know, I'll just tell you, this has got like the barnyard oud, you know. Which this I've had close to a year now too, I think. And it's really tamed down. This is very unisex. But this definitely has the full-on, you know, well, I don't know about totally 100% full-on, but these strong, like, barnyard oud. So this Rua, or R-U-A, whatever, was giving that strong of an oud. So I thought whoever that sweet young commenter was definitely knew what she was talking about, and I wondered why nobody else even talked about it. People seemed to be so gung-ho about talking about the hype of the beautiful initial blast, which smells like Delina. Am I still recording? Yes. It's like they commented and reviewed before they even got into the fragrance, you know, really. So I was hoping it would taper down, and it has, because when I went back in my car to get it today, it was back to being pleasant. So this is wearable, but I want to warn you, when you first spray it, you're going to probably love it, but don't experiment with it before an important date or something, because it's going to go through a stage of that. It gets to a point borderline like barnyard oud, but then it will eventually, you know, smooth back out, so to speak. So this is fruity rose, woody. The opening is gorgeous. I don't know where it gets the creaminess. There's a bit of creamy powderiness. But listen, I've heard two sets of notes. So the initial notes that are floating around, even on some websites, are citrus, rhubarb, rose, like the rhubarb and rose of Delina, magnolia, vanilla, raspberry, peach, powdery musk, and caramel. And I was looking on one site that had this for sale for, I think it was like $40 or something. One of the commenters said, here's the correct notes, and I believe her. She says the correct notes are, it is a really pretty bottle. The correct notes are lychee, pear, bergamot, Turkish rose, it's very rose, agarwood, oud, frankincense, vanilla, amber, and more woodsy notes. I think her list of notes are correct. So if you get it, you'll spray it and really like it. If you like the PDM, Delina, apparently any of our, I heard people mention the original Delina, but also the was it also the rosé and the intense. So if you like the Delina DNA, you're going to spray it and be like, this is nice. And I always just love their atomizers. But please don't just wear it before, like, y'all are about to go out on a date with your guy or girl or whatever, or you're going somewhere where it doesn't have time to go through its stages, because I don't want you to be feeling uncomfortable, because that stage that it goes through where it gets very outy won't be mass appealing until it calms down again. So also, as a side note, I don't regret having it though, because I mean, it's beast mode. It's a little beast mode. My car is still filled with smell. It's just finally smoothed out smell, but you still smell that oud type smell. It smells Middle Eastern straight up. So as a side note, I was just thinking about, I have a lot of rose stuff, and if y'all are into wearing Delina and rose fragrances, I gotta pause again. Chit chat. Sorry, I was talking to my family going by on this beautiful March day. So anyway, I was in Ollie's, and if y'all don't know, Ollie's is like a discount bargain store or whatever. But you know, they have normal stuff, but it'll be on sale or whatever. So this Heritage by Mindy McKnight body wash is peony and cypress. Y'all need to, before you're going to get out and do your Delina stuff, like just get all prepped or whatever with all that kind of smell. This peony and cypress smells so good, and this brand is, this fragrance is pretty lasting. Oh yeah, y'all, if you haven't checked this out, check this out. If you like that rose, woody rose, that is so nice, but it's fresh too. And then I saw this Dove dry shampoo rose bloom, also smells really nice. And of course, there's the rose water and sweet nectar Olay body wash as well. I just like the layered, you know, all together, like the essence of like the fragrance you're going with, or you can layer it with different things, of course, too. I got a whole bunch of really strong smelling nice lotions when I was in there by this brand and a couple other brands as well. That'll be great actually for layering. I'll get into that in another video, but anyhow, that's your heads up on the Paris Corner RUA. I just love white and gold. I need some more white and gold outfits for the summer, and I love the bottle, plastic cap or not. I still love it. It's pretty. So, like, have you tried this? What are your thoughts? And what about any others by Paris Corner? There's their little symbol with the Eiffel Tower. I don't even know if you can see that on there. Yeah, share your thoughts, like and comment, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And I hope you've had a great March and International Perfume Day / week. I bought a bunch of stuff to review, and I just haven't had time. Like everything from the Bath and Body sale to some samples of more expensive stuff. Like, but it didn't arrive on time. I'm still waiting on my samples or my travel size of like Valaya, more PDM, and another like travel size of Delina. I don't have a full size of Delina, but I do have travel sizes. And I ordered another, and I really want that Duran Duran fragrance with Zerjoff. So yeah, anyhow, comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you soon.